reporter Calvin Ilĺeģal. Calvin, good afternoon. You went to two specific homes. You went to a home in Alexandra. You also went to a home in Ilĺeģal where two children actually passed on. Let's start with your visit to the home in Alexandra. What did the family have to say on the passing of 10-year-old Lesedi?
Good afternoon to you, colleague. Good afternoon to the viewers at home. Yes, indeed, you are spot on. We went to Alexandra Township early at around 7 a.m. We were there camping outside. We managed to speak to the father, that would be Mr. Joshua. He spoke to us and told us that he is devastated. They are planning a burial of the 10-year-old. And he confirmed to SABC News that they are going to Bakersford in Mpumalanga to bury, in Limpopo rather, to bury their child.
Mm-hmm. And what exactly are the circumstances surrounding this particular incident? Because Lesedi consumed snacks on Saturday. We understand. What is the story there?
We were told that Lesedi went to buy snacks in the nearest shop, in the local shop, and then when she came back, she realized that those snacks were smelly, and then she ate 2 or 3, and then she went inside and told her mom that these chips are smelly, and unfortunately the mother also ate and trying to taste what Lesedi was feeling, and then they were admitted in hospital in the local clinic, that would be Masakan in Alexandra, and Lesedi was rushed to Edenvale Hospital, and then that is where she passed.
Reports are that the store, specifically the spaza shop, has since been vandalized.
Yes, when we were there yesterday, the situation was calm, but people did tell us SABC News that they're just waiting for police officers to leave so that they can be able to destroy that store. When we arrived in the morning with our video journalist, that would be Gwazimanzi, we were shocked that the store was destroyed, completely demolished. And when we tried to ask the community members, even though they didn't say it's them, but they did confirm that they had a number of people singing next to this shop, and then the shop was destroyed.
And then you also went to Ilĺeģal. Now this is specifically where a family has lost 2 children, and we understand that the acting premier also visited the family. Let's start with what the family had to tell you about this specific incident.
We were allowed, fortunately enough, to get inside and talk to the family. You know, it's not easy just to talk to people when they are grieving, but the granny, Catherine, managed to talk to us, telling us that it's shocking, because what happened is that on Wednesday, early in the morning, they realized that the kids are not waking up as per normal, and then when their mother went to try to wake them up, she realized that they are not responding. The mother shouted, and the granny came and tried to assist, and then they saw that the kids are not responding. They also went to the neighbor, and the neighbor came, and then when they checked the pulse, then they said that the neighbor told them that these kids are normal, and then they called the police and the paramedics. The paramedics officially declared them dead on the scene.
So specifically with those 2 children, it means they must have consumed something the night before, and then when they attempted to wake them up, that's when they realized they were late.
We spoke to Lebogang Maile. He was also there accompanying the acting premier, saying that these spaza shops, the problem is that they are not authorized, and they don't pay tax and rates, so it's difficult to trace them. But he says that they need to add more resources so that these shops can be able to be managed properly.
And I suppose
a 10-year-old South African child have lost her life after eating a snack bought from a spaza shop owned by an illegal foreigner in South Africa. Currently, as I speak, the mother and the sister have been they are critically ill. They are in the hospital because they also ate from same snack, but they just took like a bite right after the girl ate the snack and complained to the mother that the snack ain't cold, and the mother took a bite from that snack. And currently, the mother and the sister they are battling with their lives at the hospital, but the other one that ate the main snack is currently lying lifeless in the morgue. Now my question is this: why is it that South African kids, when they eat their mother's food, nothing happens to them, right? But whenever they buy anything from those spaza shops owned by illegal foreigners, because I heard that most of the spaza shops in South Africa are run by foreigners. Let me not put it illegal, because when you will call them illegal is when you go close and demand for their documents or their papers. That is when you realize that they are not documented in the country. So most of the spaza shops are owned by foreigners, right? So why is it that these kids, when they buy snacks from those spaza shops, like, it becomes a different stories? Why is it like that? And why is it that most of the baby food that have been purchased from those spaza shops, they are all poisoned food? Like, what is going on? what is actually going on. Is it that these people are intentionally doing all this to hurt South Africans or what? Like, why? What is going on? Africans really need to stand up and condemn all those atrocities that are happening in South Africa. Yes, I mean all Africans really need to stand up and speak against all those atrocities that are happening in South Africa. Because when you don't speak up, if you don't speak up, then don't talk. You are not expected to speak up when South Africans decide to take actions. You don't have to speak up. If you ignore all those evil things that are happening in this country, that are happening to these people, that are happening to these families, every day families are crying, every day mothers are weeping. Most of you just feel less concerned simply because things are not happening in your country, is not even happening to someone related to you. But trust me, it can be very, very painful. This can be very, very painful. This is not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third time. This has been happening in South Africa. And even when they speak up, nobody believes them. People feel that South Africans are cooking up those stories. And when they take action, that is when everybody will decide to talk. That is when everybody will decide to condemn them. But how can things like this be happening and nobody is talking? Nobody is coming out to condemn it. Nobody is coming out to condemn it. Why? So why will you now condemn South Africans when they try to protect their children, when they try to protect their countries? So why will you come out to condemn them? If you will keep quiet now, you will see all those things happening to these people and you decide to keep quiet. Please kindly keep quiet when they try to take actions. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Like, this is so painful. It's very, very painful. This is not the first time this has been happening in South Africa. It has been happening in South Africa. Okay, if you don't want to believe South Africans, would you also believe me? The only thing we want to hear is the ones that South Africa has done. Those ones that South Africans has done, when they take action, that's the only thing that we want to hear, so that we can now be able to condemn them, so that we can now be able to carry the news worldwide. Oh, how South Africans are treating foreigners in their countries, how South Africans are chasing foreigners in their countries, how South Africans are taking over the spaza shops in their countries. Hey, have you asked yourself, why are South Africans doing that? These are the reasons. Whenever you hear that South Africans are closing down shops owned by foreigners, just calm down, okay? Just be coming down small. Come close and ask questions. Ask questions, even if you don't know anyone to ask. Ask those living in South Africa that are living there legally, not the illegal ones. A lot is happening in that country. How will you even take it? Like, how will you even be able to stand this? That a foreigner, in fact an illegal foreigner in your country, is selling a poisonous food to children, to babies, to kids. Hello. How will you be able to handle that? How do you think you will be able to handle that? Trust me, things like this can never happen in any African country. It can't. And even if it happens, the outcome will be a different thing. We all know that. So why are we doing this? And the reason why South Africans are keeping quiet is because they don't want to be tagged as xenophobic. But a lot is happening to them. They are killing their babies. They are killing their children. Let me not even go to the side of the white powder, like those selling white powder to the children. Let me not even go to that side. But right now as we speak, a lot is happening in that country. Don't be too fast to condemn South Africans. If you are a Ghanaian, if you are a Nigerian, if you are an African in my channel listening to me, please keep sentiments aside. These are human beings like us. This could also happen in your own country. And if things like this also happen in your own country, how will you be able to handle it? Will you also stand and be clapping for those illegal, even if they are legal foreigners that are doing this in your own country? How will you be able to handle it? You can't take it. Oh, trust me, you can't even stand it because the pain is too much. The pains will be too much on you that you will have no choice than to protest and ask the government to send every foreigner out of your country, because these people have done a lot of harms, a lot of damage. That's very, very bad. It's very, very bad. How can a child You know, when you give a child money, the next thing that comes to his or her mind is just to go and buy biscuit, to go and buy snack. You know, so how can a child buy a snack and after eating the snack, that will be the end? This is not the first time, this is not the second time, this is not the third time. If you're a Nigerian, a Ghanaian, African, Mozambican, Somalian watching this video right now, please, I would like you to put sentiments aside. Forget about what South Africans has done and what they did not do. Can we just focus on what led to what South Africans to do all that? What really pushed them to do that? Why are foreigners doing this in their country? Can we just stand and condemn this? Can we just stand together, put our hands together and speak up for our sisters and our brothers? South Africans are one of the most amazing people in this world. I've asked questions. I've made research about these people. They are wonderful people. They are wonderful people. They are wonderful people. Let's just stand up and speak against these atrocities happening in their own country. We don't have to fold our hands and keep quiet simply because those kids are not related to us in any way. Please, after watching these videos, I really like you to please calm down and make research about South Africans, okay? Make research about South Africans. They are not really what we think they are. They are not that mean. They are not that mean. Even if they are mean, is the situation, the condition that the illegal foreigners, the atrocities they are committing in their country that have made them to be mean. But they are not mean. They are not. They are not. So I would like us to please calm down and come very close to South Africans and find out whatever thing we want to find out about them. They are loving people. They are kind-hearted. They are the most amazing people in this world. Let me not even say in Africa. In Africa, they are number one. In Africa, they are number one. But in this world, they are one of the most amazing set of people you can ever come across. So we can't just fold our hands and allow things like this happen to them. It's very, very bad. Let's all stand to condemn it. Anywhere we see people hating on South Africans, please let's try to condemn such behavior. It's very, very wrong. It's very, very bad. It's so bad. And let's condemn all those things that our African brothers are doing in their country. Please, let's condemn it. This is too much. It's getting out of hand. Let's all condemn it. Thank you so much for staying on to this moment. I still remain your girl, Just Cheesy.